Hey there, Wisconsin. This is Gage from Scary, Wisconsin, and tonight is the night most haunt owners are waiting for. And when I mean most, I mean probably almost none. Tonight is a night we cover the most fun, most scary, best actor, best haunt, and our most hyped haunt for next year. Blah. And we are starting with Justin.
Yeah. So before we get into things tonight, I just want to remind each and every one of you. Now, I know Gage has been really good about remembering the links in the description, but we do have merch. And I got to tell you, that Caustic Purple from 2023, whose ever idea that was, mwah, fantastic. I really like it. Merch is in the description. If you guys like the Is It Scary logo, and if you guys like the channel, make sure you check out some merch, pick yourself some up, and show us some love. That being said, most fun 2023. So I still maintain, right, that the number one goal of any haunted house is to scare you, right? Like that's how I feel walking into most of these haunted houses. Like, hey, their main goal should be to scare me, but you know what? Sometimes you're out with your friends, the atmosphere is right, the vibe is right, and damn, you are having a lot of fun. So this category is for what we would say is a haunt that we went to and found ourselves enjoying ourselves the most at. That's not to say we didn't have fun at other haunts. That's just to say this would win most fun from us. And of course, in my most fun of 2023 category, it has to go to Abandoned. Now, that's not to say Abandon isn't scary, because it certainly is. And it was a very, very big step up from some of the other haunts we went to this year. But I have to say, it was at Abandoned that I found myself kind of, as we would have moments to just stand there and take it all in, saying to myself, I'm actually really having fun tonight. This is a really good time. I'm with two of my closest friends. I'm at a new experience. The actors are into it. Even if they're not scaring me all the time, they're still entertaining. We're laughing. We're having a good time. We're enjoying ourselves. They have a really good atmosphere there. It's a fun, festive feeling with food, merchandise booths, different things you can do, 2.5 to 3 different attractions to check out. I really enjoyed Abandoned Haunted House Complex in 2023, and it wins my award for most fun haunt of the year.
I'll go next. And I will start off by saying I believe it was me that chose the purple for this year. And it is really pretty. And we will
Awesome.
have a different color for next year because we try to make it different for each year. So we'll see what we all come up with for next year. But I will miss the purple. It's one of the best colors. Okay, my most fun this year goes to Realm of Darkness. The first night that we went there, we all went through it again, like shortly after going through it, because we thought it was so fun. We loved it. And Gage and I went with his friend Brienne another time later on in the season because we thought she'd enjoy it and we wanted to go again because it was just so fun. And I will say my runner up for most fun was the Commando Paintball. It's different. It has the Zombus that makes it very cool. And they have other attractions, and it's also a very fun time. But Realm of Darkness, way to go this year for being my most fun haunt. Gage?
My most fun haunt for 2023. That's right, it is 2023. I sometimes can never remember the year. I can't let alone remember my own birthday half the time. My most fun for 2023 has to be Commando Paintball. They have a very, very unique setup there with the Zombus and the different attractions. It almost feels like a little fear festival of a sort with the different attractions that they have there, and they also have some pretty banging food from what I last remember. I don't know if the food truck was there, but I do know that what that was there. All right, I'll go. The food truck was there according to Justin. Oh, yeah, you're right. No, it was just in a different spot this time. Okay. So Commando Paintball has to take it. Like I said, they're unique. I love the Zombus. Now, granted, it is the same thing as of last year, but that doesn't mean it's not fun. So I always find it the most enjoyable when I go there. I know I'm going to be having the most fun time. And that is my most fun for 2023. Justin, what is your most scariest?
So, going into it, I kind of thought that this haunt had a real opportunity to win Scariest Haunt of 2023 because this was billed as the final year. So, if that isn't a giveaway enough, my Scariest Haunt of 23 goes to Revenge. We kind of talked about this in the off season a little bit, and I think I made this comment a few times. Pretty sure this year was going to be pretty much a combination of everything that they've done so far, and that's kind of how it felt this year. It was very smash mouth, very in your face, very guttural, very aggressive. That is how I would describe Revenge Haunt this year. And were it not for a handful of rooms that serve to almost be like a nice after dinner mint, and then they throw you right back into it, and then you get another nice little after dinner mint, and they throw you right back into it. Were it not for a handful of those after dinner mint style rooms, it would have just been nonstop in your face the whole time. I really liked how they opened the show with that gang of actors just basically mugging you in the first room, going into, I'm gonna eat your guts, and other things with scares that you couldn't see coming, even though you knew where it would be. The costume was so good. The actor was so good that you couldn't spot them. These were all things about Revenge that worked together in tandem to earn a very prestigious Scariest of 2023 nomination and award from me. Very, very impressive show, and one that we walked out of, and my girlfriend actually turned to me and said, "That's a haunted house." Like that, like she's like, "Now that's a haunt." Like, it was awesome. It was the same kind of reaction that she had when we walked out of Realm of Darkness, and she looked at me and said, I've never seen anything like that. It was awesome. Very, very good feeling. Scariest Haunt of 2023 goes to Revenge.
She's from Phoenix, Arizona, where they got big money stuff over there too. Presumably.
All right, my most scary for this year, I had to I had to really think about this one, figure out which haunt do I remember being the most scared in, feeling the most scared, getting the most scares. After doing this for a few years, I realize I get more immune to some of the jump scares and different elements in a haunted house or a trail that it's hard for me to get a really good scare. So I had to go back and think, which haunt did I experience the most scares? And for me, that was Abandoned. I liked the atmosphere with everything outside and the trail. It was very spooky, and I was in front for everything, so I got the first scares for everything, and it was very scary for me. I remember getting a lot of good screams out of it that I didn't get at a lot of the haunted houses this year. My close second was Revenge because that one is also very scary and in your face, like Justin said. And I know I got some good screams in there too. But Abandoned this year, you're my number one for most scary.
My most scary for 2023, it has to be one of the most intense haunts I've ever been to. I remember being in the waiting room for this haunt, and I always felt on edge. And I feel like that's the best way to describe it because when you're gonna go in there, all hell is gonna break loose. And that haunt is also Revenge. I now I'm a grown ass man. You're not really gonna make me get scared. You're gonna get me go, oh, oof, ah. But if you can actually make me feel on edge and be somewhat worried, to go through a haunt, that's gotta be the most scariest to me, because otherwise I've been through plenty of haunts and I'm just like he, ooh, boo, ha, scary, jump my face, let's go. But Revenge always somehow instills that sense of fear within me, thinking, what the hell am I getting into? That is why I believe it deserves the most scariest haunt, at least for me, in 2023.
So have we decided that we're doing Best Actor next?
Yep.
Actor of the Year. I only had 3 actors. Again, that's not to say, oh, there's only 3 good actors. I only had 3 actors this year that really stood out to me and gave a holy shit performance. So it's a toss up between Dahmer from Revenge, Cookie from Abandoned, and the manager Jamie from Commando Paintball. My runner up is the manager Jamie. The amount of work he does behind the scenes and during the scenes at Commando Paintball cannot be overstated. An insane amount of work. I can hear the passion and the love for that haunt in his voice every time I talk to him. There is something to be said about finding somebody that cares deeply for a project and is willing to work so many extra hours and put so much extra elbow grease into something to make it run the way Jamie does. And honestly, were it not for the performance of this other individual, Jamie would have won Actor of the Year. Actor of the Year for me in 2023 goes to Dahmer from Revenge. So this was one of those rooms that I talked about when you're going through Revenge and everything is just smashing you in the face. I'm going to eat your effing guts, blah, 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 jump scare, surrounded by actors in your face, screaming at you, scaring you. And then you come into this room and it's just this very timid looking lad, obviously Dahmer, very meek, very, very, very quiet. And the character was very on point, to the point to where I wasn't sure if we were gonna get like a jump scare in that room or what it was, but it was one of those rooms that I walked away from, and of course you immediately get smashed in the face with another actor scare in the next room. It's really good, but I walked away from that room and I thought to myself, was that Jeffrey Dahmer? That's the difference between an exceptional scare actor and a good scare actor. Congratulations to Dahmer from Revenge. You deserve it. Actor of the Year 2023. No question. Cookie, I still love you. Clap, clap, clap,
I would
clap.
like to echo everything that Justin just said. Dahmer is my Actor of the Year as well from Revenge. And that's, if I have to think of the different actors that we've all encountered this year, that is one that still just sticks in my mind as being one of the best, like the best this year. And a runner-up is the nurse from the Berlin Tannery. I thought she was a very good character also, so she's my runner-up. But congratulations this year, Dahmer from Revenge, being my best actor 2023.
My runner-up is Dahmer from Revenge. I almost said Realm from Revenge, because he really captures that image. As soon as I walked in that room and saw him, I'm like, fuck. Because I'm like, I'm a guy. He's a guy. I know how Dahmer is. Shit. Hey, Jenna, get in front of me. Dahmer definitely captured everything that the actor that played Dahmer, I mean to say, the actor that played Dahmer definitely captured everything Dahmer was, from the commitment that he's done, you know, him just cycling through pictures, just chilling, stuff like that. You want to see my pictures, down to almost the accent. It's almost in his own native accent, because you know, we're all from Wisconsin here, our very own local murderer, Dahmer. But to my best actor of the year, I'd have to say it had to be the best actor for almost the last 20 years. That is Mr. Nice Guy from Green Bay Fear. Now, this gentleman here, yes, he's only like restricted to like a certain hallway scare that has been there for the past, you know, decade or so,
It's called a boo box.
a boo box. And he just does it well, and it's always fun. I always look forward to kind of seeing that room. When we actually had the pleasure of hanging out with him and some actors in the boo box to see him to jump out at some people, and then I can see the look on their faces. I can see the look on their faces. They are terrified, or some of them are like, "I'm not scared of you, bro." But you know, in reality, after that room, they're like, "God, it's over." So I have to congratulate him on 20 years, and he has to be the number one MVP actor for me for this year. Excuse me, Mr. Nice Guy has been in my dreams for years. I know that sounds weird, but the reason why I put that is because I can remember being a little kid. I was terrified of haunted houses. I was hiding in my mom's coat. I do remember being in a certain hallway with a certain bright light and seeing a certain face. And from what I can connect the dots, that's Mr. Nice Guy. He has been the terror of my dreams as a child, and just to see him till now, it's a blessing. Congratulations, Mr. Nice Guy, on my MVA of the year.
What's next, Gage?
Haunt of the year.
Oh,
Dang.
Yeah. So, Haunt of the year was it wasn't a hard decision for me this year. And before I get to mine, my girlfriend wrote in, and Lynn wanted to share her haunt of the year is Realm of Darkness. She loved the bugs. She loved the fork in the socket. She loved the actors. She really enjoyed herself. And she said for that being one of the first haunted houses we've gone to together, it was a hell of a way to start, and it set the bar super high. I am going to echo what Lynn said. Realm of Darkness, best haunt of 2023. The amount of work and planning that goes into a haunted house is disgusting. I don't think any of us actually understand it or can even grasp it. But I can tell you that the passion and love that Dalton and Ben and their families have for the Realm of Darkness is palpable the moment you walk into that place. It was a fantastic experience from top to bottom, so much so that our group went twice that night. And it is one of those haunts. Every year we say, okay, where are we going this year? Well, we got to do Terror, Green Bay Fear, Realm of Darkness, Revenge. It is one of those like four haunts that never gets cycled out of the equation, because not only are those haunts close to our core location, but those are haunts that are basically our kind of what I'm calling back pocket haunts, where you need to go have a good time, you want to go get scared, you know you're going to one of those four haunts. And for me, if I really want to have fun and I know I want to get scared, I'm going to Realm of Darkness. Really enjoyed it. Dalton and Ben are awesome, super classy dudes there, and honestly, I really hope they let us come and do some scare acting in 2024, because that would be hella awesome. Congratulations, Realm of Darkness 2023 Haunt of the Year.
I agree, Justin. I have Realm of Darkness is my haunt of the year for 2023 as well. I loved it. I still rave about it and think about it and all the fun and scary elements and everything with it. Just the moment you walk in, because we knew it was going to be different, so we didn't know exactly what to expect, but they really delivered this year in all the ways. So I have to agree that being the best haunt, and I'm very glad that we were able to go. I'm glad it's close so that we can go a couple times during the season because we do want to just go and have a fun time. And that was the place to go for this year. Best haunt.
My best haunt. Oh my god, it's across the board. Of course, it's gotta be Realm. You know.
Let's go!
So it's unique is really the best way to kind of put it in a nutshell of a word to describe how it is with the different kind of interactables they have there. Because anyone can go to a haunted house and have some person in a makeup or mask go boo. Anyone can do that. The thing is about Realm is that they have so many unique situations. They have so many unique different enigmas of a room that you would have to encounter, or just like it's almost like a play of sorts. Every room seems to always have its little fun gimmick. It's not like now I wouldn't say it was really this. It was scary for me. It was more like the most fun. I'd almost want to put it as the most fun, but Commando would take that. But if I had to put like the around average it all together, it's got to be Realm. They have the different rooms, like the fun shower rooms. They have the elevator. They have the decontamination areas. It's all unique, and I don't know how it cannot be the best haunt on nearly anyone's list out there for this year. Because when somebody thinks, if I should go to a haunted house, which one should I go to? You know, if they ask someone, they're going to reply with Realm of Darkness. Dalton and Ben, thank you so much for a great year, and I really look forward to seeing what you have in the next oncoming years.
I do.
And that leaves us.
Wait,
Go
I
ahead.
want to say one last thing. When somebody asks me, because a couple of my employees have asked me that, and a couple of my other friends have asked me that, what haunted house should I go to? I'm like, you have two options: Realm of Darkness and Kakana, Revenge and Sabisky, soon to be Pulaski. That's what I tell them.
Now, to top it all off, we want to say what we're most hyped for 2024. Jetting.
Warriors Haunted Asylum and Camp 5 Terror. It's two new haunts I plan to go to next year. They'll be on weekends where I'm actually able to get away, as I will have a decreased, probably, haunt schedule next year for myself. Don't worry, these two will still be going to plenty. But there will be hopefully 2 weekends that I will absolutely be able to commit to haunts. And Camp 5 Terror and Warriors Asylum will both be on that list, for sure. Also, this serves as a warning to those two haunts. We're coming next year, so be ready.
Or you might throw in a last minute change. But we saw the reviews for this place. We should check out a different haunt.
My most hype for next year is Revenge with their new location. I'm very excited to see what they're gonna do with it. Is it a bigger space than what they've been working with? Okay, so I'm really excited because there's so much that can be done, and it's gonna be very very hard to wait the whole year, but very excited for that next year.
My most hyped is also Revenge with their new location. And just think about it. How great they always are setting up their scenes and stuff and how intense they can be. Think about how they can keep adding on to it or keep a certain room and then hey, we should add on to this or expand around it. With them being a Chase Stone Barn, they always have to take it all down and throw a whole new one in there. Now this time they can finally build something and build around it, and then hopefully remake some inner rooms. So That's for the oncoming years. For next year, I am the most excited for Revenge Hunt in no longer Sabisky, but in Pulaski. I'm Gage from Is It Scary, Wisconsin, and I'm joined with Justin and my girlfriend Jenna here. And congratulations to all the hunts on our list. And I look forward to seeing y'all in 2024. Any last words, guys?
We'll see you right here in 2024. Woo!
Ooh! Let this season rest in peace. I'm Gage from Is It Scary, Wisconsin. Thank you so much for joining us, and y'all take care now.
Have a good night.